R. Kelly once said, "You're younger, you might want to go to clubs and kick it, but as you get older, you start seeing that life has more meaning to it. The people that you love are the people you want to start trusting and start wanting them to trust you and start respecting them." Welcome to the Fact Check channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known professionally as R. Kelly, is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, and former professional basketball player. A native of Chicago, Illinois, Kelly began performing during the late 1980s and debuted in 1992 with the group Public Announcement. In 1993, Kelly went solo with the album 12 Play. He is known for a collection of major hit singles including Bump and Grind, Your Body's Calling, I Believe I Can Fly, Gotham City, Ignition, Remix, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time, The World's Greatest, I'm a Flirt, Remix, and the hip opera, Trapped in the Closet. In 1998, Kelly won 3 Grammy Awards for I Believe I Can Fly. His distinctive sound and style has influenced numerous hip-hop and contemporary R&B artists. Kelly became the first musician to play professional basketball when he was signed in 1997. Robert Sylvester Kelly was born on January 8, 1967 at Chicago, lying in hospital in Hyde Park, Chicago. Kelly is the third of 4 children. Kelly's single mother, Joanne, was a singer and raised her children Baptist. It's also important to note that Kelly's father was absent throughout his son's life. Kelly's family lived in the Ida B. Wells Homes public housing project in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood. Kelly's high school music teacher Lena McClin described Kelly's childhood home. "It was bare 1 table, 2 chairs. There was no father there, I knew that, and they had very little to get by with." When Kelly began singing in the church choir at age 8. Kelly grew up in a house full of women, whom he said would act differently when his mother and grandparents were not home. At a young age, Kelly was often abused by a woman who was at least 10 years older than himself. "I was too afraid and too ashamed," Kelly wrote in his autobiography about why he never told anyone. At age 11, he was shot in the shoulder while riding his bike home. The bullet is still lodged in his shoulder. Kelly was 8 years old when he had his first girlfriend. They would hold hands and eat make-believe meals inside their playhouse built from cardboard, where they vowed to be boyfriend and girlfriend forever. Their last play date turned tragic when, after fighting with some older children over a play area by a creek, Lulu was pushed into the water. A fast-moving current swept her away while she screamed Kelly's name. Shortly after, she was found dead downstream. Kelly calls Lulu his very first musical inspiration. Kelly entered Kenwood Academy in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood in the fall of 1981, where he met his music teacher Lena McClin, who encouraged Kelly to perform the Stevie Wonder classic, Ribbon in the Sky, in a high school talent show. McClin encouraged a young Kelly to leave the basketball team. She said he was furious at first, but after his performance at the school talent show, he changed his mind. Kelly played high school basketball with the late basketball player Ben Wilson. He sang "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday" at Ben Wilson's funeral. As a teenager, Kelly began street performing under the Chicago Tracks before he eventually formed a group with his friends Mark McWilliams, Vincent Walker, and Sean Brooks. In 1989, Kelly, McWilliams, Walker, and Brooks formed the group MGM, Musically Gifted Men. In 1990, MGM recorded and released their first single, "Why You Wanna Play Me." After releasing the single, the group disbanded. In 1991, Kelly signed with Jive Records and teamed with a new group from Chicago called Public Announcement. R. Kelly's mother died in the year 1993. But lack of discipline could not let R. Kelly, fast-rising star, shine. R. Kelly's spiral downfall accounts. In the year 1994, R. Kelly makes a mistake of marrying a minor. Kelly, then aged 27, wed 15-year-old singer Aaliyah at a secret ceremony in Chicago. Vibe magazine later discovered Aaliyah had lied about her age on the wedding certificate, listing herself as 18. The marriage was annulled in February 1995. A former tour manager for Kelly testified at his trial that he bribed a government worker in 1994 to obtain a fake ID for Aaliyah, so the singers could marry. For the rest of her career, Aaliyah dodged questions about the nature of her relationship. "When people ask me, I tell them, hey, don't believe all that mess," she told one interviewer. "We're close and people took it the wrong way." Kelly rarely spoke about Aliyah after she died in a plane crash in 2001. She is not mentioned in his autobiography, where an author's note explains certain episodes could not be included for complicated reasons. In a 2016 interview with GQ magazine, he described their relationship as best friends, but declined to comment on their marriage, saying, "I will never have that conversation with anyone. Out of respect for Aliyah, and her mother and father who have asked me not to personally." R. Kelly is then sued for emotional distress by a minor in the year 1996. Tiffany Hawkins sued R. Kelly for their personal injuries and emotional distress she suffered during a 3-year relationship with the star. In court documents, she said she began sleeping with Kelly in 1991, when she was 15 and he was 24, and the relationship ended when she turned 18. According to the Chicago Sun-Times, Ms. Hawkins sought $10 million in damages but accepted a fraction of that amount, $250,000, when the case was settled in 1998. Kelly's spokeswoman said she had no knowledge of the accusations. 2002 April, May 2 more court cases. Kelly is sued by Patrice Jones, a Chicago woman who claimed he impregnated her when she was underage, and that she was forced to have an abortion. Montina Woods also sued Kelly, alleging that he videotaped them sleeping together without her knowledge. The recording was allegedly circulated on a tape sold by bootleggers under the title R. Kelly XXX. The singer settled both cases out of court, paying undisclosed sums in return for non-disclosure agreements. Year 2002, R. Kelly is charged over child abuse videos. Chicago police accused him of taping the acts and enticing a minor to participate in them. All the charges related to one girl, born in September 1984. His arrest stemmed from a video that was sent anonymously to the Chicago Sun-Times earlier in the year. They passed it on to police, who verified its authenticity with help from FBI forensic experts. Kelly, who posted $750,000 bail, immediately denied the charges in an interview with MTV and later pleaded not guilty in court. It took 6 years for the case to come to trial, during which time Kelly released his wildly successful Trapped in the Closet album and was nominated for an Image Award by the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, prompting widespread criticism. The jury eventually concluded they could not prove that the girl on the tape was a minor, and Kelly was found not guilty on all counts. Arrest prompts further charges in the year 2002 to 2004. Kelly was charged with a further 12 counts of producing child abuse images in Florida, where he was arrested at his holiday home. These charges came after police seized a camera during the arrest, which allegedly contained images of him having intercourse with an underage girl. The charges were dropped when a judge agreed with Kelly's defense team that police lacked sufficient evidence to justify a search. Year 2017 cult allegations. A long and detailed BuzzFeed report accused R. Kelly of trapping 6 women in an intercourse cult. The article alleged that Kelly seduced young women when they approached him for help with their music careers, before taking control of their lives, dictating what they eat, how they dress, when they bathe, when they sleep, and how they engage in intercourse encounters that he records. Kelly also confiscated the women's mobile phones, the report said, barring contact with friends and family. The allegations came from 3 former employees and the parents of several women, who said their daughters had all but vanished. Victims approached the press in the year 2018. Gerhonder Pace broke a non-disclosure agreement to speak about sleeping with Kelly while she was underage. Another woman, Kitty Jones, claimed the star starved her, coerced her into sleeping together encounters with other women and physically abused her. Ms. Pace would go on to testify against Kelly in the 2021 trial. Ms. Kitty, along with other members of R. Kelly's inner circle, also spoke to a BBC 3 documentary in March 2018. One former friend and collaborator, Lovell Jones, said Kelly asked him to scout out women that looked young at parties, and claimed that it was common knowledge that the singer preferred young girls. Over the course of 6-hour-long episodes, Lifetime documentary Surviving R. Kelly presented the most comprehensive look yet at the allegations against the musician. 2 weeks after the program was broadcast, Kelly was dropped by his record company. Planned concerts in the US and New Zealand were cancelled. In February, Celebrity lawyer Michael Avenatti said he had obtained a video showing Kelly sleeping with a 14-year-old girl. Weeks later, Kelly was charged in Chicago with 10 counts of aggravated criminal intercourse abuse. He pleaded not guilty and gave a histrionic TV interview. He was later accused of soliciting a teenager who asked him for an autograph in 2001. Kelly allegedly invited the 17-year-old to his hotel room and offered her $200 to undress and dance with him. Kelly's lawyer said the charges were beyond absurd. August-September 2020, prison assault. Towards the end of August, Kelly was attacked in his sleep by a fellow inmate in Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center. His lawyer called for his immediate release, saying the government cannot ensure his safety. However, the request, along with numerous other attempts to get Kelly released on bail, was denied. August 2021, earlier relationship confirmed. In the last pre-trial hearing before Kelly's trial, U.S. District Judge Anne M. Donnelly made a series of rulings to narrow down what evidence could be shown to jurors. During the hearing, she asked one of the singer's lawyers whether they denied the star had intercourse relations with Aaliyah while she was underage. According to the Associated Press, Thomas A. Farinella let out a deep sigh and responded, "No." June 2022, New York sentencing. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison for using his celebrity status to sexually abuse children and women. U.S. District Judge Anne Donnelly said the singer had an indifference to human suffering and had used assault as a weapon, forcing his victims to do unspeakable things while saddling some with intercourse-transmitted diseases. "You taught them that love is enslavement and violence," she said. Some of the women who were abused by the singer described how he had destroyed so many people's lives as they addressed him in court before he was sentenced. Lawyers for Kelly said he would appeal. August 2022, new federal trial in Chicago. Kelly had a dark and hidden side that the public rarely saw during his career, prosecutors said at the opening of his second federal trial. The singer was on trial in his hometown, Chicago, for child assault, obstruction of justice and other charges. February 2023, 20-year sentence for child sex crimes. A Chicago judge sentences Kelly to 20 years in prison, following the 2022 trial. However, in a victory for the singer's lawyers, the judge said that all but one of those years would be served at the same time as his previous 30-year prison sentence. The judge said he would have dealt a heftier sentence if the Chicago trial had come first. R. Kelly, 52. At a point worth more than $200 million but now worth mere $1 million and about to be kicked out of his Chicago studio because of $80,000 debt. However, as bad as it seems, there are lessons to be learned from R. Kelly's situation. Choices. R. Kelly's current situation is a product of choices, decisions he made years ago, the people he surrounded himself with, and his lifestyle. R. Kelly signed out his publishing right without even knowing it. It took him almost 10 years to realize he wasn't earning from publications despite having a team and family. This brings us to our first lesson: surround yourself with the right people, people that have your best interest at heart, and learn from them every day. You don't need to be educated to be civilized. Again, while R. Kelly suffers from dyslexia that makes it difficult for him to read, write or spell, a well-documented research showed his downfall was his lifestyle, not the disability. Hence, your limitation is not an excuse. R. Kelly has sold more than 75 million albums and singles worldwide. Sadly, he doesn't earn a penny from it because he signed that right to Aaliyah's uncle, the uncle of the underage he married. It is still not certain if R. Kelly will bounce back when he leaves the jail at the age of 77 years. Thank you for watching.